Okay, we have three different types of searches. Up here you have general search, and that's pretty broad. You can type what you're looking for, and in most cases you want either individual or family, and you can hit both. So let's say I click both of these and look for all the alphas. I have only 6 individuals that have alpha related in that search. Now you look down here, you have Katie Spain that is showing. That's because Alva is married to Katie Spain, which is not obvious from the screen, but it's because you did families. It's going to show that, and you can see that in the Families tab, and then you have the Individual tab. Now, if you have more than one screen, it's going to show you may have multiple screens. You can change the display, by the way, on how many display on the screen. If you're a lot, I would recommend probably not using all, because it might take a while to display, but that's up to you. You may want some reason to show all of them, and that's fine. And down here on the bottom, you have a little mini statistical graphs of that set of people. There are 6 when they were born, and right there, and when they were when they died. That set of people. There's only 6 people, so there's not that many. Excuse me. And age at death. This is the average age right here. So that's pretty much on the general search. Then on the phonetic search, it's basically, it's a little bit weird. I haven't really played with this much, but basically to get different alternate spellings. So anything that's close to the spelling, it's going to pull up rather than have pretty much an exact match. So you can search for like Richard. And this, I don't know which, the different options here. I'm not sure which way works better for the algorithm, but we have 45 individuals in this case. And I don't think it's but I don't think I did both families, and it will show here if you have this option checked. It also I'm sorry, there's not an option. So on some screens there's an option to use spouses, and I guess this one does it automatically. So we get Richardson for Richard, things like that. So that's how that phonetic search works. Down here again you have the statisticals. More people, so it's a little bit more interesting, rather than only half a dozen people. On the advanced search, this is quite advanced, as the term indicates. You can search for multiple things or only one thing. Like if you only want to search for, let's say, 1910, and you can do exact, or you can do a range. Hit search. Excuse me. I guess no one was born in exactly 1910. So then you would do like a year range. Let's say we do 5+ years. And part of this has to do with privacy restrictions if you're not logged in. So then you would get a result like that. Now you can do who were born, and let's say they were married. Let's do 1930, and let's do, I don't know, plus 5 years. This is all people that were born around 1910 and were also married around 1930, which should give us some results. Less than 365, I imagine. Oh, yeah, 101 people that meet that criteria. So you can expand on that. If you want to see let's see, anybody who was born in there died in say they died around 1960. And again, this is going to be restricted by your restrictions on your access, and there's no one that meets that criteria. Let's try this. Alright, well, okay, that one's not going to give us a result. Now let's try that. So anyway, if you gotta be careful on how you do that. So let's say you want to see all. Let's do John. So all the Johns that were born around 1910. And I'll give you a result like that. So that's how that works. If you want to know any John that also has a father named John, I'm not sure I'm going to give me a result for that. Let's take off. So advanced search can be quite useful to narrowing down something if you're just curious about how many, whatever criteria you're looking for. In this case, I was just looking for how many Johns also have the father John, and there's only 5 people. So that's kind of interesting. And then, as usual, you have down here, you have the other filters for my gender. They're alive or dead, greater than 100, less than 100, and so forth. Roots would probably not be very useful in most of these situations. And then these. Roots should not give us any results because there are these. Oh, yeah, and down here at the bottom, I think you have show parents and show schools information. So very useful for doing all those 3 searches. Advanced searches really can get really creative on how you can find things. So if you want to find it for people, just remember that it's kind of you can get quite creative, but you can also might be a little confusing if you're not used to doing multiple criteria for searches that it may not get the result that you would expect, but it makes logical sense. Like, for example, I'm going to type Manchester in here, and I'm going to say, all right, let's do Ida. I don't know how close the marriage place of marriage has to be. Oh, sorry. Father John. See? Yeah, remember to clear things off sometimes, otherwise you'll be confused on the result, which side this was. Alright, so I know my grandmother was Ida, and she's not actually on this list. Anyway, so the only Idas that were born married in Manchester are these 2 Idas. So anyway, that's very interesting on how you can get creative with that. And you can keep in mind on these ranges or exact. It begins with, contains, or sound like. So if you want to look for a name that appears anywhere, that would be what it contains, versus if you want to only look for names that start with a certain number of letters, like Rich, begins with, I have to do that. And search. So, as I said, you can get quite creative. We have 43 people that start with RIC anywhere, so, and it will usually find middle names and last names in this case. Well, I don't know why I found last names in that case. It really search for first name. But anyway, it'll find that. You can have fun with that. Thank you.